Hey, everybody. So, I am quite excited about this news. This is awesome because this news is a great movement in the right direction. And the concern that, I have with us as society is there is a misconception with how law enforcement operates. People have been so conditioned with CSI and all these 48 hours and how all these crimes are resolved within an hour time frame of the show, and that is not how justice operates. So justice is operating as it should in the time frame it should, guys. There is good news that word on the street is Lil Cam, y'all, has been arrested. Now, he has not been arrested for Takeoff's murder yet. This is how law enforcement operates. So when they suspect someone of a crime and they're building their case and they're just waiting on a little bit more evidence to come in or waiting for maybe ballistics or some test results to come in that will finalize their case, well, they will arrest the suspect on other charges that they can arrest them on, just so they can ensure that person does not, flee or get away. So they will find another way to arrest. Look at this demon. I can't even stand looking at his ugly face. Sorry, y'all. So they will arrest somebody for another crime that they have committed in order to hold them in custody while they solidify the actual crime that they want to arrest them for. If any of you guys have watched any criminal cases, you will be familiar with this way that law enforcement operates. And that is what I suspect what law enforcement is doing in this particular case. They want to get him just in custody now. And also another tactic that law enforcement uses is they will arrest that person for some other crime so that they can have an opportunity to interrogate them about the actual crime that they want to arrest them for. So that is something I think also law enforcement is going to be doing in this case. But I am telling you that this is a great movement in the right direction. That means justice is coming as it relates to Takeoff, in my opinion. So he not only has Lil Cam with his little smirky, sarcastic self been arrested, but no bond. His bond has been denied. That is a key thing you want to look at because prosecutors wanted a no bond because they want to keep him in custody as long as they can so that they solidify their case. They're pretty close, I believe, in closing in on this case, which is why they made this move. They wouldn't have made the move if they didn't feel like they were starting to get ready to build that case with enough solid evidence. I mean, we've seen this same scenario happen with Mo 3 case. If you guys were studying that case, the suspect involved in that case was arrested for drug charges and gun possession and other random charges until they ultimately filed the murder charges for Mo 3. So this is the similar procedure, especially in Texas. I see the murder case happened relating to Mo 3 in Texas. So I know in particular, that's kind of how Texas operates and a lot of other law enforcement operates around the nation, guys. So it's nothing new, but this is great news. So it looks like we are getting somewhere. Allegedly, the feds have picked up Lil Cam, aka Yellow Hoodie, from the 5th Ward in Houston, Texas. A lot of people were saying we were alleging and we didn't have enough clear video footage. But all of us that were looking at the camera, obviously we were on the right track because law enforcement would not be targeting Lil Cam right now if they didn't have anything on him. And they denied him giving him bond, while no murder charges, again, have not been filed as of yet. And I have to emphasize that because we have some people that come on these lives and they fail to listen, and then they start getting a little attitude because they failed to listen to the full live. But he have not been arrested for the murder of Takeoff yet. But we're in the right direction right now. And and people are saying that he was arrested because they know and are suspicious on how he had something to do with Takeoff's murder. This sick, disgusting demon right here targeted Takeoff. He did. He had a hatred and jealousy for the Migos. There's other rumors too going around, and I don't know if this is true, that allegedly Quavo for some, I don't know if this is true, guys. I don't even know if I want to even talk about it, but they're saying Quavo had a group and that Lil Cam was in that rap group or whatever. I don't know if that's true, guys, but there was photos that someone had receipts on showing it on one of their lives. And that would be kind of interesting because then it will really make me think, did he really target Takeoff in this whole thing? But who knows? They're still waiting for official evidence to come back. So they're waiting for the ballistics. Another great thing about arresting him for possession of guns is they're looking for the murder weapon, guys. So they definitely seized his murder weapons, probably are in the process of searching his residence so that they can find any other firearms and run ballistic tests. This is all a part of the investigation, guys. So hang tight. There is going to be justice for Takeoff. I really believe that. To see all of his charges, his bail being denied, and details on him being arrested the day before yesterday, y'all. We're going to swipe and look at that. And it looks like we're about to get answers sooner than expected. So a lot of people were being impatient saying, oh, it's been 3 weeks and 4 weeks. That's normal. We are so conditioned, and I'm not conditioned because I used to be a criminal prosecutor, so I know how these cases take time. But a lot of laypersons think that, everything operates swiftly like we see on 48 Hours and Dateline and all these different shows that get resolved within an hour. No, they take time because as a criminal prosecutor, we have a very big burden. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. That is the highest legal burden in the United States. And because that burden is so high, it does take time for them to make sure they solidify their case and that the prosecutor is confident that they can prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And even if law enforcement thinks they have enough evidence, when they present it to a prosecutor, the prosecutor may say, still not enough. Okay, so here is some receipts on showing that he is arrested. It shows the state of Texas versus Cameron Joshua. They got his address up here, y'all. They just exposed everything. You know what? I'm not even going to cover it because this man is evil. He was arrested November 22nd, y'all. So he didn't even get a Thanksgiving, which I'm glad about because Takeoff didn't even get a Thanksgiving. Okay. So his name is Cameron Joshua, also known as Joshua Cameron Isaiah. They said he was, they said on or about November 1st, 2022, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly carry on or about the defendant's person a handgun while not on the defendant's. Y'all, this is directly linked to the Takeoff case. See that? November 1st is when Takeoff died. It was when he was shot. It was when he was murdered. So, because they don't have direct proof to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Cameron Joshua actually murdered Takeoff, they're doing the ballistic test and getting all the other evidence. They are decided to arrest him on being in possession of the firearms on the date of Takeoff's murder. So this is still linked. This is still linked to the Takeoff case, this arrest. However, it doesn't have the murder charge yet because they're still working on that part of the charge. Because you could see that date here really clues us in. It clues us in, guys. We are almost to justice in this case. The law enforcement knows what they're doing. They know who they're targeting, and it is Lil Cam, allegedly. But you can see here that date really tells you exactly what's going on. November 1st. It's not a random possession charge. They are actually arresting him for the possession of the gun on the date that Takeoff lost his life. Very, very, very good. Very, very good for all of us to see justice for Takeoff. So, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly carry on or about the defendant's person a handgun while not on the defendant's premises or premises under the defendant's control and while not inside or directly en route to a motor vehicle or watercraft that is owned by defendant or under the defendant's control. And at the time of the offense, the defendant was prohibited from possessing a firearm under Penal Code section. So you know what they did? What they did was they looked at the surveillance camera. Yep, and they saw him with that firearm. You remember the video we saw where the video was very blurry. And a lot of us were suspecting that he pulled out a firearm and he had it in a pointing position ready to shoot. Well, law enforcement had clear enough evidence to show that confirm that he had a firearm that date that Takeoff was murdered. Okay, and that is how they gained enough evidence to at least charge him for possession of firearms on the date and time and location where Takeoff was murdered. This charge is directly linked to the Takeoff case. It's just we don't have that murder charge yet. This is good news, guys. I'm so excited. Under the Penal Code, also basically, so defendant was prohibited from possessing a firearm under Penal Code section 4604. A, namely the defendant was previously convicted of the felony offense of grand theft in the California Superior Court. Oh man, this is really not legible, guys, so I can't really read it all, but you guys get the gist of what's going on here. And just to let you know, Cameron Johnson has an extensive record related to theft, robbery. He's just a straight thief. So once a thief, always a thief. This whole situation also was related to his greed in trying to steal more things from Takeoff and Quavo, trying to just suck them dry of all the money they have, basically, if he could do that. So, you know, he probably also took Takeoff's chain, which a lot of people are alleging as well. So here is another receipt here to show that he was in fact arrested, because you know we got to have these receipts, because so many people were coming out with rumors that he was murdered and all these fake news out here. So you got to have your receipts. This one says motion for hearing to deny the bail for capital offense. This is good. So they're filing a motion to deny, and they're saying the defendant is accused of a felony less than capital in this state committed while on bail for a prior felony. So this man was out on bail when he committed the acts. I believe he was also on house arrest. Somebody said he was on house arrest too. So that's dumb to commit a crime like this on house arrest. That's the same thing that happened in the PNB Rock case. The boy who was like 17 years old that committed the murder in the PNB Rock case was also on house arrest with an ankle monitor. These people need to do better, y'all. They need to do better. Okay, so here's another receipt. Sorry, guys, that this is really grainy. It is not my fault. That is just how it was put together. It's blurry on this screen, y'all, so it's not my fault. So November 28, 2022, a bail review was set. It looks like it's to be set. It looks like, you guys, the bail hearing is going to be Monday, November 28th. It was already assigned to a court. They're going to have a preliminary assigned court appearance. So at this court appearance on the 28th, it's going to be set for a hearing, and the prosecutor is going to be arguing for no bail. They want to keep him in custody so that they can strengthen their case regarding the murder count, because they haven't filed that just yet, because they need to still run the ballistic test. But they at least was able to get enough evidence to charge him with possession of the firearms. This case is starting to move. Takeoff's case is starting to move. This is really good news. And again, this is just more information. He is in jail here. You can see that. Court 338. There's Joshua Cameron, or Cameron Joshua. People be getting mad about me not saying his name in the right order. People are so picky. Referred to the magistrate, and it is for a felony possession of a weapon. So it is a felony charge. So guys, this is looking good. We are almost going to see justice for Takeoff. I'm really excited about this. So Lil Cam was online laughing and mocking Takeoff's death and celebrating and telling on himself. He was literally telling on himself by saying things like, I did the impossible the other day, and just like bragging. But now those little bragging days are going to be over, and just, you guys just hold on. Law enforcement is moving in the right direction. They probably are going to try to interrogate him to see if he is going to buckle and admit. And they'll be listening in on his jail calls. They'll also probably plant somebody in his jail cell to see if he tells the person in his jail cell. So they're going to be doing all kinds of tactics to see if they can get this guy to break. But you guys let me know if you think he'll confess, or you think he's going to be strong, hang tight, and just remain silent. I want to hear what you guys think about that. I'm just so excited right now that there's at least an arrest and there's going to be more to come and that murder charge will be filed soon. But this is a step in the right direction. All right, guys, I'm so excited. Hi, Amazing Tribe. Oh, thank you, Amazing Tribe, about the advice regarding my laptop. I got a new one, so I'll have that set up by tomorrow. I'm so excited. I know, right, Kevin Scamuels? That's what I was hoping for, Kevin Scamuels. Right, what you said. I was hoping for street justice. I'm just saying. Isn't it better justice, Kevin Scamuels? How about word at the police station? If he has been arrested, there is a record of it. Yeah, I've just showed you the receipts. This is all the records. You can go look it up too. It's all there. I just showed you the receipts. So, yes, he has been arrested. I wouldn't have reported on it if I didn't really know for sure. He needs life for killing people just to rob them. Exactly, Kevin Scamuels. He's a little thief. He doesn't try to do anything for himself. He just wants to take from other people. That little fool think a life a lackadaisical joke when it's not. He does think like, right, Amazing Tribe. He thinks life's a lackadaisical joke, but he won't be laughing anytime soon once they start getting the evidence that they need for the murder charge. They're running the ballistics right now. That's why they haven't been able to charge that yet. Tamara says, finally still want the Prince family. I know, Tamara. We may not get it, though. We'll see, guys. I don't know if they're going to have enough evidence for the Prince family, but we will see. They are definitely going to try to use this case to see if they can get a RICO charge for the Prince family because they have been after the Prince family for some time now. They want the Prince family. Believe me, they want the Prince family, but I don't know if they're going to have enough for them. I'm just happy that Lil Cam was arrested, y'all. I'm happy because this guy is sick. I really don't think Quavo should have anything to do with the Prince family after this, though. They're shady. I'm excited, guys. Oh, I'm so happy. All right, guys, that's all I had to say for today. Have a wonderful night.